anyone for me. You have made that a possibility.
The issue is that the women that the guys have recommended to me to come on the show, very in shape, they look amazing. However, they naked in the wrong places. Okay? And when I say naked in the wrong places, I'm talking about not on somebody's beach or not in the gym wearing spandex. They're just naked outside. If I go to a woman's page and she's naked on somebody's beach, like in a bikini or some shit, that's expected. Yeah, you take some pictures or whatever, you put them on Instagram, cool. Or she in the gym and she got on spandex and she's showing her workout. Now, there's a difference with that. If there's a young woman in the gym and she's doing back day, but the camera is pointed at her cheeks, I know what you're doing. I can't bring you up with here because the first thing y'all gonna do is go to her Instagram. Oh yeah, man, she for the streets. I hit though. I'm not looking for that. I'm trying to look for women that will be marriage material. So it wouldn't help if I bring women on there that y'all definitely think is attractive, but she naked, and then you're gonna immediately put her in the other things category. We try to get women that y'all would potentially wife up. So this is the young lady right here. Her name is K Love. That's her YouTube name. So again, I just wanted to add context to this before we get into what she's saying. Because sometimes these women are like, man, why are they worried about me? The reason why I like to review these types of videos is I can see that there's some things that she can do to change her situation. But I want you guys to be the judge if she's open to changing.
One of the responses that I have been getting, I'm not gonna lie, that does kind of get to me sometimes is like some people, a lot of men in particular have been like, I thought you were one way on the show and then I go to your Instagram and you're this way. And I'm just like, I'm me.
Speaking to the women, when they see you on the Pop the Balloon show, they're gonna go to your Instagram and they're gonna see how you really are. That's why when I remember it was like a couple episodes where Arlette and BM had removed the Instagram handles of the ladies because I know there were some content creators that were taking their Instagram profiles and showing it publicly on their live streams. They didn't like that, so they removed them for a little bit, and I guess they put the word out that they didn't want that to happen. But when you do put the Instagrams on there, that's what the guys are going to do because you are on that line and you present yourself in a different way. And they're like, okay, let me see if her niceness and her softness matches her Instagram profile. And some of the women, they were smart about it and they got rid of all their pictures. And they only left like 2 or 3 up there. So you knew something was fishy because they're starting to learn that, hey, men are going to see me in a different way if they see what I actually am doing on my social media. And with this young lady, everything out. But like she said, that's just her, and we'll get into that in a second. But yes, everything hanging out. Even like I said, she's in shape, but I'm traditional. I'm an old school dude. The dress that she was wearing on the show, 2 inches above the thing.
Officer, you wouldn't believe the skirt this girl got on here. Just 2 inches above the thing. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir.
Y'all know what I mean by that. But yeah, it was short, but she looks good, and I'm pretty sure she wanted to show off her body, which is expected for a young woman. You can do what the hell you want. Who am I? I'm an old ass 46-year-old. But yeah, but I just want to explain some things to the ladies that take this approach or have this mindset. I'm just me. I'm gonna do what I want to do. All right.
Believe it, and I guess some men feel like I perceive myself as one way on the show, and then they go to my Instagram and they see me dancing, or they see the way that I dress and they're like, oh, how are you gonna find love? How's anybody gonna take you serious? Part of me is like, I get it, but the other part of me is like, honey, I'm me. This is me. I wear what I want to wear. I do what I enjoy doing, and it works out for me. Everybody's not gonna like it. I can't really base my life on trying to make everybody happy because you can't make everybody happy, especially these men. Do I want to find love? Absolutely.
So you see that? I was waiting for her to say that. She said, I do want to find love, and I'm going to explain why there's a strong contradiction. But she is looking for love. And that's why I brought this one up, because she said that. So it's not like she's saying, I'm just looking to have fun, because there are some women who are naked in the wrong places and they have naked on Instagram and they like, hey man, I'm young, I'm having fun, I'm not looking to get married. Ain't no problem with that. But when you have a young woman like this who has the potential to be somebody's wife because she is an anomaly in the Black community, she's in shape, okay? So yes, she should be having the pick of the litter. However, as soon as those men go to your Instagram page, you know what they see? Useful to the group. And that's it. And that's going to make it tougher for you to find love. Listen to your aunt, okay? Let's continue.
I didn't find it on the show, but if I sat up here and I tried to please everybody, like, I would just be trying, like, and trying, like, no, it would be never ending. Getting popped did kind of make me reflect on some of the things about myself. Like, one of the things that I do regret saying, I was asked, what is one of my toxic traits?
When women say that they're combative or, you know, I like to argue, my thing is I want young men to start asking them, what did you do about that? Don't just gloss over that fact. Like they like to argue and shit like that. What are you doing to change this? Most of the time, it's nothing. Listen to her and see if she's doing anything to change.
The thing that I ended up saying was that I can be rebellious sometimes. And
if a woman says, I can be rebellious at times, is that a positive or a negative? And would you move forward with that woman if she told you that she can be rebellious?
When I said it, I immediately regretted it because, okay, I'm an Aquarius and I'm not trying to blame it on my...
There goes the signs. And she said, I'm glad she said, I'm not trying to blame it, but she's mentioning it because it does matter to her. She's an Aquarius.
But I just feel like a lot of things with zodiac signs are true. Like everything isn't true, but certain stuff I find is true. Like me personally, a lot of friends or a lot of people that I vibe with, especially women, are Aquariuses, and I just find like similarities in our personalities. So when I say rebellious, it was just like the first thing that came to mind, and I was immediately like, oh my God, I wish I wouldn't have said that, because it makes me look like I'm just going out and just doing stuff to like intentionally be rebellious. But
so, and that's a good trait. She's aware of how that sounded, but I mean, she did say it publicly, and I'm pretty sure that may have turned a lot of suitable men off. Okay.
What I meant when I said it was, you know, this is something that I've been told before, and this is something that I am aware of, that I can be this way, but it's something that I want to work on. I was just trying to like acknowledge it, and I feel like it came across like I was saying like, oh yeah, I'm rebellious, and if you say this or do this, I'm gonna rebel against you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I catch myself doing it sometimes, but I just want to make it known like it's not intentional. So that was one of the reasons that I got popped on, and I understand.
I didn't hear anything about therapy, or she just says sometimes it happens. So if there was a single man who was attempting to date this woman, how would you take that? Would you be like, that's good enough, I'm going to move forward? She said that it's going to happen sometimes. So I guess she's saying you just got to deal with it. But if you are dating with intention and you want to marry a woman like this who has this issue, you need to be asking, what formal things are you doing to fix this? How are you getting through this? Because I'm not going to accept a woman that can be rebellious at times. Okay. And I told you guys, stop going out there saying, women won't allow me to lead. No, you just leave. And if she don't follow, you leave. Simple. Okay? Don't be asking or complaining about a woman not following your lead. Don't ever do that. She just ain't the woman for you. And you know what? Say the same thing for women. If you don't feel that you can be submissive with a man, then you just gotta leave. Okay? But the majority of the time, women will get with guys and say, yeah, he wasn't a good leader. I couldn't submit to him. But you got a string of buckaroos behind you. Why the hell you had 3 kids with a dude that couldn't be a leader? And I'm using an example from a Kendra G episode about 4 years ago that I remember, where a woman, and it was a Kevin Samuels clip, where a woman said, you know, he wasn't a good leader. I couldn't submit to him, but she had 3 kids by him. So that's what tends to happen. Women will get in relationships with guys who they say they can't submit to, but you've been in a relationship with this dude for 20 years and y'all been having sex and kids and shit like that. That's why men look at those types of situations as a lie. You just basically lying on this dude because something was good about him and you stuck around for that long. But yeah, this don't apply to her. But yeah, just saying that.
I don't know. I felt like I was being honest in that moment. Also wanting it to be known that like I'm not going out and like intentionally being this way. I think that this is a personality trait or characteristic for me, and I'm aware of it, but I admit that it's a toxic trait, so it's not something I'm proud of. So I think when I said it, I just felt like, oh no, I wish I wouldn't have said that.
She's just saying it's a characteristic of her. So you got to be able to deal with that along with whatever else she got going on. So she didn't say anything about she's working on that. So that could be a potential issue for a lot of guys. And maybe that's the 80-20 rule. That may fall in the 20% bad and 80% of the rest of her is good. Who knows? But for me personally, that's huge. Okay, a woman that could be rebellious at times. And the way that looks, as you know, to use an example, let's say you guys are out and about and you're a man and you see something going on, because a man, you should always be scanning the scene. Y'all just got back from dinner, you walk into your car and he sees some danger going on or something like that. And he tells you, we gonna go around this other way. But her being a rebellious person, she can be like, what you mean? You know, get loud and stuff like, what? No, it's too far to walk around. I'm not walking around. Why? No, my feet tired. That's an example of a woman being rebellious and not listening to your leadership, because you're trying to keep her out of danger. You're not trying to cause a scene. So you're trying to tell her quietly, hey, we're going to take the back route because there's some things over there. We can go right here. Yeah. No. But I want to ask you guys a question specifically to the single men. Do you think she plans on changing? In my opinion, no. But the good thing about the dating market is that she doesn't have to change, which allows her to live with the options that she is given. Okay? So this goes back to me saying that, hey man, if I'm telling you the information and how men are going to perceive you and you like, hey, this is just me, hands off. So you know what's going to happen. You good. So what I try to tell women like this is that there's far more men who wouldn't want his future wife half naked on social media. But those same guys, i.e. the good men, will put you into the other things category. Meaning that depending on how you display yourself to the world determines if a man approaches you with intentions of marriage or just sex. And listen, and I want you guys to pay attention, both men and women, to what I just said. Good men and not Pookies or Ray Rays, because it's easy for you to disqualify those types of dudes. But the guys that you would want to marry do the exact same things, depending on what type of energy you are presenting. Okay? And I want to be clear on that. Good men have flaws and they will get in where they fit in just because they can, because you are going to be attracted to your type. They will approach you because she is in shape. She looks good. She's an attractive young woman. She ain't going to entertain Pookies and Ray Rays, but she will entertain good men. And guess what? Good men will consider you in the wives category or the other things category. Yes, they will take advantage. Useful to the group. So I want women to pay attention, because it seems so cookie cutter on social media where women like to think, oh yeah, man, they got these good guys. They don't approach me and all these Pookies. No. Good men are smart, but there are some guys who don't mind, as a woman being half naked on social media. But 9 times out of 10, ladies, those are the types of men that you don't want, are the types of men who pay for OF subscriptions. Okay? So again, like she said in the video, that's just me. And you are correct. But just remember that you determine the intentions of the men who approach you. And I'm telling you guys, the ladies, take it from a 46-year-old unk. I promise you. All right? And I'm just trying to be very transparent so you guys won't be out there getting ran off. Because like I said, this young lady, she's going to attract a lot of good men. But as soon as they open up her Instagram, it's curtains. They're going to immediately be like, oh man, I'm attracted to this woman, but she half naked on there, but she like me and I like her. I like her physique. So I'm gonna go ahead and sneak in, and I'm gonna run off. And that's what's gonna happen. And if you're okay with that and getting those types of options from men, continue doing exactly what you're doing. Again, I have no issues with men or women living in their truths. Okay? So if you don't mind being half naked, continue doing it and live with the results that are given to you. Okay? Or the selection of men that are given to you, because I'm probably sure she's gonna say that I attract good men and men who make a lot of money. Yeah, but you're still looking. And the issue may be your social media presence. She has a large following because she's half naked. Shouts out to her, blessed to her, and I hope she get what she's looking for. But I just hate to see a young woman go down this road where she has so much potential to find a guy, but now her footprint, social media footprint, is out there. It's very tough. Okay, so blessings to her. Sweet Christmas.